It is well and truly official. We are part of the Beam team. Light the beam, Sacramento. The Kings are on an absolute heater. Tex, how good has it been?
We're gonna have to be careful because we say we're an NBA pod, but we're just turning into a Sacramento Kings pod. I love it.
Well, they're our biggest love child at the moment. They are the NBA's sweetheart. I feel like every person that has Sacramento as their second team at the moment, they are so fun to watch. They've got great fans. The stadium is going to explode. They've just won their sixth straight win for the first time since 2005. That is ridiculous. The most fans ever at the Golden One Center tonight to watch the Kings play against the Detroit Pistons. Pretty incredible.
I'm happy for them, man. They've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Sort of post those teams with like Chris Webber and Stojakovic and that. We had the Boogie era, Boogie Cousins, but now it seems like for a front office, he probably doesn't have the best track record of making good decisions. It seems like they've turned a new leaf. I think all the guys they brought in this year, in the past year and a half, Sabonis has been the perfect addition to play with Fox, which is unlocked. We can chat about him soon, but he's been awesome. Kevin Herter, unbelievable. I mean, I don't know why Atlanta let him go. Like he had 13 points in the fourth quarter today against the Pistons, just laser, like knocking down everything from the outside. Malik Monk seems to have found his role. Like I was off the bench scorer. It looks like Keegan Murray, they've nailed that pick. I mean, a lot of people were saying on draft night or whatever, and I have no doubt Jaden Ivey's probably going to end up being the better player for what they need right now. Keegan Murray is a perfect fit, and I'm all in. The beam was a bit of a joke early on, but now I love what's happening. It seemed to gain more momentum, and yeah, every time they are my favorite league pass team to watch.
Yeah, they are so much fun to watch. The beam, it was a meme. Now everyone's part of the team, and it's just one of the most fun things. Like it's just a little novelty about the Kings, and it's just kind of awesome. Like it doesn't mean anything, but it's just awesome. And
they're a legit team now.
They are. Oh,
we're joking about it, but they're actually legit.
No, they're good. They've won 6 straight, 9 of their last 11, which is nuts. They are going crazy after a really slow start to the season, and there was a few question marks. I mean, from a national media who don't really cover the Kings as much as they don't. Yeah.
Although Charles, you see what Charles said? Remember they were on TNT like a week ago, and Charles was loving it. Well, Charles and Shaq love Sabonis.
Yeah.
And Chuck was like, "Why don't we just replace all the Laker TNT games with Kings games?"
Mate, they should, because they're so much fun to watch. Like it's gonna be awesome. Every night watching them play, like I love it. So you talk about Herter. Now, this is a guy who had some massive moments in the playoffs for Atlanta a couple of seasons ago against Philadelphia in that series. He was the best player on the floor in that game 7. And since then, like last season was a little bit of a down year for him, but he has been awesome this year. And I sent you a text earlier saying, I think he might be the pickup of the offseason. And he's definitely in the conversation.
Value for money wise, I can definitely see like for what they gave up and what they got. I mean, it's a massive upgrade.
He's been fantastic. Like today he has 24 points. He's a plus 20 in 38 minutes in a game they only win by 8. Like he was awesome. And he's just been able to get to the rim with ease. His floater game is as good as anyone's in the league in terms of his ability to make shots just over people. He's got great size for a guy who's a shooter primarily, but now he's getting into more of a scoring role on this team, and I think he's been fantastic.
He looked like Clay today. Like, he looked like Clay Thompson. Like, the way he was getting his buckets, like, how he's scoring. I was like, mate, this is like... I mean, he's not Clay Thompson, but I'm saying...
No, I know what you mean.
Filling a similar role.
Oh, absolutely.
Even like, they're 9-6 right now, and they had 2 games where they were pretty much robbed of a win. One in Miami where Hero, I think, clearly traveled, but they didn't call it and they hit a game winner. So that doesn't get called. They probably get that one. And then they were down 1 with like 10 seconds to go, and Herter clearly got fouled in Golden State. That didn't get called. So that's probably 2 wins on the table. So realistically, this team could be 11-4 and sitting at the top of the Western Conference.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Full credit. I mean, Mike Brown's done a great job coming in there. It was a good hire. It wasn't like a sexy hire. It was just a guy who's going to come in, been in the league for a long time, came out of the Golden State system, and he seems like he's got these guys really bought in and they really love what he's doing.
They've got a better record than the Grizzlies, the Clippers, the Pelicans, the Mavs, and the Warriors. All like that's a few teams I've rattled off there that you would never expect them to have a better record than them. We're nearly a quarter of the way through the season.
And it
Like
doesn't
they're
feel
playing
fake.
well.
It feels legit. Like it feels like this is a good team. Like they might tail off a little bit, but I mean they've won 9 since they lit the beam for the first time. They've won 9 out. They've won 9 out of the past 11. So
Yeah.
But I definitely can see them. I mean, definitely a play-in team, but if they can like sneak into that 6th position, that'd be unreal
Oh, it would be awesome
for a
if
fan
they.
base who deserves it.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do. They've been waiting for too long to have a competitive team in Sacramento. And I mean, as you said, as you mentioned, they had a few great boogie years, but that was more individual awesomeness and dominance from one of the best big men in the league at the time in comparison to a team effort. Now, this is an absolute team, and they are a wagon, and they're going to be very fun. Their offense it's next level. We were talking about the Celtics offense the other day, and it's up there. In the same conversation as them, and the way that Fox has been able to get into the paint with ease, but he's also taking his time. We spoke about you mentioned how a guy that comes in and gets drafted based on his athletic ability, it's very hard to start slowing down. And I thought that was a fantastic take. Like he's really thought about how he can get his buckets and get other people involved to a point where he never used to do that. And it's really awesome to watch. And he'll be like, he better not plan anything for All-Star break. If they continue to win like this, he will be in Utah. He'll be in the Salt Lake City over All-Star weekend, and he will be suiting up in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I think just the way he's getting his points now, I think he's really utilizing the mid-range. That's one thing I've noticed.
Definitely.
Like, because he's so fast, he gets the defenders like backpedaling and he just stops and pulls up, kind of like that Westbrook shot at the sort of like free throw line area. And it's just been money for him. And he's really, I mean, he came out of the gate looking pretty good, and we were thinking, oh, what can this guy be? Then he probably stalled a bit, but looking back, it may have been the environment that he was in. Like the lack of continuity there didn't seem like a good place to nurture talent. But this year he's taken a step forward. I think he's sort of becoming not in the top echelon, but right underneath of sort of point guards in this league. I'd say he's definitely sort of moved into the top 10 guard in this league, and maybe probably realistic top 6 or 7 this year,
probably.
I would think.
He's been playing awesome.
Which is what they needed too, of a guy who was taken in the lottery, and they put a lot of faith in. They drafted Halliburton and they moved him on because they felt like Fox was their guy, and it's paying dividends so far. So yeah, full credit to their GM.
Yeah, Malik Monk.
Monty
McCutcheon.
Monty McCutcheon.
Yeah.
That's it.
Malik Monk, I think, has been fantastic as well, as you say. And he brings a toughness that they were lacking, I think, in terms of, like, he brings Sabonis in as well. He's a bully in the paint. But someone on the perimeter who attempts to guard, like, every possession. And he just brings this swagger about him on offense where he can get his shot off over anyone and at any time. And it reminds me of someone like Clarkson over in Utah, who's been doing a similar thing for a number of years, and playing that kind of role really suits Malik Monk. And I've really liked his start to the season as well.
And I feel like they've nailed their demographic of their roster. Sabonis is their sort of oldest core guy. I mean, not including Barnes, and he's just turned 26.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty exciting for the now and the future.
Definitely.
Guys, I think that I heard them say they're coming out the plan. They're going to look to hang on to their draft picks and really build and nurture this core. And I think they're well on the way to doing that. And they've got even if they don't contend in the next couple of years, I think right now their run's looking at like a 4 to 5 year period, which is really exciting for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I've absolutely loved what they've done with the roster and everything in between. And so they've got the Grizzlies next, then the Hawks. So they're really exciting matchups there. The Grizzlies, hopefully we get Jar and Bane and those boys back, and that could be a really exciting, high-flying matchup with a lot of pace.
Definitely. Light the beam. Light it.
Light the beam.
Light it.
We're fully part of the beam team here at the Bucket Getters podcast.
Any Sacramento Kings fans, we see the beam from Australia.
Yeah, the beam team. We love it.